What's the best advice you can give someone starting college? It's better to try and do something 50% than to just not try. Don't let the fear of failure stop you from doing something. If you fall behind, it's so easy to just let it consume you, but you need to claw yourself out of that mindset inch by inch. This is so real. If you know you can't get your entire assignment done by 11:59 p.m. don't give up and turn in nothing. Do what you can. A 50% is way better than a 0%. Use a calendar app to keep track of your classes. On the first day of class, when you receive your syllabus, go home that night and input all your important dates, tests, projects, etc. for each class. This is a really good one. Also use the same calendar to keep track of social events, me time, study time, etc. Block the time in your calendar and try to stick to it. When someone invites you to a thing and you can look at the calendar and see an empty spot, it's super easy to be able to say yes without hesitation, because you know that you have critical time booked already. After you're out of college, it's common to get reoccurring dreams that you forgot to go to the final, or you somehow missed the last day to drop a class you haven't attended all semester. So you need a calendar. I've been out of school for decades and still have these nightmares. Do not microwave fish in your room. One of my roommates last semester microwaved eggs in hopes for something, I guess. I don't know the exact reasoning, but as you can probably infer, whatever they expected was not what they got. If you don't understand something, speak up. You are not the only one with the same question. It's far more important to stay on track than to look cool in front of your peers. If you're intimidated by talking in class, take advantage of your professor's office hours. Building that relationship and showing I was trying saved my airtime or two. I'll add on to this and say that you shouldn't waste time asking questions to appear smart. There was this one guy in my lectures who would constantly interrupt the lecturer to ask a question that was basically just a variant of what the lecturer just said. So if lecturer said something like we do 12:17 to get 29, then the guy would chime up with, so if I'm understanding this right, we would do 17:12 to get the required answer of 29. It was so infuriating. Especially because he'd do it every lecture at least once. A few times he'd have like a good 10-minute discussion on something that was covered weeks ago that he decided not to read up on since or was off when it was originally covered, and didn't go to the office hours of the lecturer to ask for clarification. Like, holy sh, get some self-responsibility. We were all given comprehensive lecture notes with examples. The lecturer had defined office hours. There was video recording online. And you live in 2017 during the internet. There was so many ways to find the answer yourself that interrupting a lesson should be the last option you take. Just because you got decent grades with very little effort in high school does not mean you can necessarily do the same in college. I did much better in college than in high school. I was actually taking classes that were interesting to me, instead of being forced into requirements that bored me to death. Take advantage of professors' office hours. When I was in college, I didn't want to be a needy pain in the ass, so I didn't bother to get to know more than just one of my profs. My daughter just graduated college, and before the ceremony, we went to her School of Business department brunch. I was shocked what a valued relationship she had with her profs. Lifelong friendship happening there. They love her and have sound advice that I could never provide to her. So use your resources. The last piece of advice I can give you is that you will make your best friends in college. Life will happen and you will lose touch a bit. Then more life happens and you will reconnect and continue to have the time of your lives together. Just to add to this great advice, every year I have several students ask me for a letter of recommendation. Those who have never come to my office to talk, or those who are on the quieter side in class, I have very little to say anything about. My best rec letters have been in behalf of students I've formed a good rapport with over a number of conversations outside of class. Get to know us, many of us aren't so bad. College gives literally zero shits about you. You can skip classes. You can text in class. You can eat in class. You can walk out of class. You can avoid your homework. You can fail tests. They do not care. You need to have the motivation and self-discipline to get your A to class. Pay attention. And do your homework. Exactly. That freedom was too much for people freshman year. I didn't see a lot of friends after that first semester. It's not high school. The teachers will not babysit you. They will not check up on you. They will not give you 12 reminders. They will not email you to remind you to turn something in. They won't be worried if you haven't shown up to class in a few days. They barely know your name. They really don't care if they give you an F. In high school, they meet your parents, counselors, administrators. Parents get involved if you are failing. In college, your teacher isn't meeting your mom, isn't talking to your counselor, doesn't know what any of your other grades are. They aren't gonna get worried about you. They barely know who you are. Wear sandals in the shower. People are disgusting. After a few showers your feet will develop a thick protective crust of urine, pubes, ejaculate, and assorted sebum. Never buy your textbooks from the university bookstore. They are way overpriced, and if they even buy them back you will get, at most, $3. Stick with renting or something like Chegg where you get the book for a quarter of the price and then you can just send it back when you're done. Check your goddamn email. Go to your classes. Skipping them to go drinking and partying won't help you. Get into a schedule. We all know those people who have commitments, of any type, at 9 AM. Who don't even bother to go to sleep until 4 AM. Then sleep through 5 alarms and end up being 2 hours late to everything. This won't work and you will F yourself. A big aspect of college university is the social aspect. Not as big a portion of the learning part. Everyone wants to have a good time. But you aren't paying out the A for the ability to go drink and party. You're paying out the A to receive an education to help you in life. If you spend all your time drinking hungover instead of going to class, you're gonna have a bad time. Don't wait 20 years to go. If you can help it. Trust me, it sucks. Make sure your dorm is your safe haven. You'll always be able to find social events and parties. But you don't want that becoming the place where you sleep at night. Plus, if neither you nor your roommates ever get any sleep you will constantly be fighting. Find a rhythm, go to class, find a library you can reliably go to and find a quiet spot to read or study. Get ahead of courses if you can. Sleep hygiene regularity is critical. Party in moderation. Save the zany stuff for the weekends. Be smart with your money. Above all, do not become a statistic and deeply regret flunking a course or squandering your time. There is absolutely nothing wrong with going to class, studying on weekdays, relaxing and having fun on weekends, and getting ample sleep. A rhythm can also be waking up 10 minutes before your class, not starting homework until 10 PM, and going to sleep at 3 AM when you have to be awake by 8 AM. Find a healthy rhythm. Don't let yourself get sucked into an unhealthy cycle. Take advantage of summer internships in a field that you actually see a future in, rather than working ones that don't interest you on the merit of them paying more. It can be really tough to break into certain lines of work after college. And a number of these bottom of the totem pole positions are only offered to current undergrads or very recent graduates. I can't emphasize enough how much a leg up you'll be giving yourself in life if you seek out these types of opportunities while you're still in school. I've seen other great advice here, so here's something specific. Take notes in those lecture type classes, preferably written and neat to the point someone else can read them. Writing things down helps you remember. If the professor already has a slideshow, great. You'll have your notes organized by that. Still copy the titles, all the bullets, and add the content he says out loud next to the point of the slideshow he said it at. Your notes will become a treasure you can share with any classmates you deem worthy studying with or simply worth saving. You might not want to study every day the week before a test and time budgeting might demand putting it off, but I'd recommend reviewing these notes the 2 days nights before a test. Don't spend your college loan money on stupid sh. Get a part-time job to pay for all of life's little expenses. And look for free alternatives for even things like Netflix. I'll be paying $300 a month for 10 years because I spend my loan money on stupid sh. Learn from me. I still would have student loans, but probably half as much, meaning I pay them off a lot sooner. Don't use your loan money for fun stuff like new toys or buying drinks, etc. Use what you need to survive. If there's extra, put it towards your debt. This is especially true for the gov loans. You can file bankruptcy for private ones but not the gov ones. Also, don't do tons of dogs or drinking during the school week. It's easy to just want to blow things off, but it's your money and future you're wasting. Take fun classes but be aware of your core curriculum as well. I blew a lot of scholarship money at community college on courses I didn't take seriously. Some almost hurt my GPA. Try to have a goal, a major, and a career in mind. Counselors can tell you which classes are required. Don't drink and drive. Good luck out there. Be smart with money. Enjoy the experience. Meet people. Study abroad if possible. But don't go to Harvard price school for a degree that is useless in the real world. And always be aware of the real world. Don't let college become this sort of social utopia where everything is consequence free. BC, it's not. Start budgeting early. Especially on food. Financially. First priority should be paying off any debt. Second priority should be saving money. If you're earning, invest right away. This isn't to say you shouldn't go out, but always be aware of your spending. If you are spending your parents' money, don't be afraid of using a credit card. But always pay off your monthly balance. Never live above your means just for the sake of being social. Because it shows in your bank account. Midsection. Grades. Future success. And, most importantly, mental health. Work out. Eat healthy. Get internships. And the productive friends will follow. Sleep more than you study. Study more than you party. And party as much as possible. I wanna hang this in a frame in my room. Meet as many people as you can in the first 2 weeks of classes. Seriously. I'll never forget my dad explaining to me that there is a very unique 2-week window wherein everyone is ready to meet friends. People are more outgoing, excited, and are looking to establish their friend group. Put yourself out of your comfort zone for that period. Create as many friend opportunities as possible. And have fun. Be yourself. Listen and ask questions.